Jabra's new Elite 65T and water-resistant Elite Active 65T not only have a more refined, comfortable design than Jabra's earlier Elite Sport models, but they offer improved performance, excellent call quality, and voice support for all major virtual assistants, including Amazon's Alexa on the go. I thought they had slightly richer and more immediate sound than the AirPods, with more robust bass, and they aren't incredibly expensive at $170 and $190 respectively. These new models leave out the heart rate monitor found in the Elite Sport, but that's a good thing. It allowed Jabra to shrink the design, and these headphones fit much better and don't require any wings or fins to keep them securely in your ears. Battery life is rated at 5 hours, the same as the AirPods, and the included compact charging case gives you an extra 2 charges. I use the standard Elite 65 at the gym and it survived just fine, for lighter workouts anyway, but the Elite Active 65T is considered the real sports model. It's got a grippier finish thanks to a special coating and is water resistant and is equipped with an integrated accelerometer for tracking stuff like rep counts. These are noise isolating earphones, which means they passively seal out ambient noise, while the AirPods open design lets a lot of ambient noise in. But there's a hear-through transparency feature that you can toggle on in Jabra's Sound Plus companion app that allows sound to leak in. That's a good safety feature for runners and bikers who need to hear traffic around them. The app also has an equalizer that allows you to tweak the sound for music listening, as well as treble and bass boost modes for call audio. Additionally, you can opt to have your music pause automatically when you pull a bud out of your ear and have your music resume once you put the bud back in. To skip tracks forward and back, you hold down the up or down volume buttons on the left earpiece. You do have a choice of voice assistants. On iOS devices, you can toggle between Siri and Alexa, and on Android devices, you can go with Google Now or Alexa or the default voice assistant. Just like with other wireless headphones, you have to press a button and hold it to access the voice assistant. Overall, I didn't find much to complain about. It'd be nice if there was just one Elite 65T and that model was fully water resistant, but otherwise these are a big step forward from the earlier Elite Sport earphones. They're superior to the AirPods in some ways, so definitely check them out if you're in the market for a set of truly wireless headphones.
Apple's AirPods are independently charging wireless buds that come with their own little dental floss-like case. Now, there are a lot of earphones that do this and are independently connected that attach to your head. A couple of companies make them. Apple's can be used for music or phone calls, and the microphones actually sound really good with built-in noise-canceling mics in each. And the AirPods' coolest trick is that it auto-connects. With iPhones, iPads, Apple Watch, and Macs, you need to have Apple's latest software, iOS 10 or macOS Sierra, to use it. Pair once, use it across all your things. And it switches as devices are switched. So the idea is, keep them in. Walk to your next device. Keep going. Keep those AirPods in your ears. They even start and stop automatically. Now, I would have liked a little bit of a remote built into them. Right now, you can only double tap to get Siri. Wireless earbuds, again, they're not new, and Apple's, while sounding good, look completely ridiculous. If you can get over that, you might like them. But what's most interesting is the chip inside. That new W1 chip Apple's been talking about, it does all the handshaking via Bluetooth. Imagine that in a smart home gadget. A speaker, a lamp, a car. From watches to earphones to who knows what else. Apple's deep in wireless accessories now. You're not necessarily going to want to buy AirPods, but you'll want devices that seamlessly work just like it.
A lot of people have been wondering when Bose would do a Bluetooth sports headphone, and here it is, folks, the all-new SoundSport Wireless, an in-ear model that's fairly affordably priced at $150. The old wired SoundSport remains in the line, but now costs $100 instead of $130. Like that model, this new wireless SoundSport has an open design and is very comfortable to wear. By open, I mean that you don't jam the earbud into your ear. Thanks to Bose's Stay Here Plus ear tips, which come in 3 sizes, the bud sits loosely in your ear, yet remains securely in place. It's worth noting that this is equipped with a special sport version of the Stay Here tips that's different from the Stay Here tips that come with Bose's earlier in-ear headphones. The only downside to the open design is that ambient sound does leak in, and this isn't a great headphone for noisy environments. But if you're out running or biking, you'll be able to hear cars coming, which is why a lot of runners and bikers prefer their headphones to have open designs. As you might expect, the headphone is sweat and water resistant, and there's an inline mic and remote that lets you skip songs, adjust the volume, and take and make calls. The headphone comes in 2 colors at launch, black and aqua, and a yellow version will be available in September. Also in September, Bose is releasing the SoundSport Pulse, which costs $200 and has an integrated heart rate monitor that's compatible with Runkeeper, Endomondo, and other fitness apps. Battery life for the SoundSport Wireless is rated at 6 hours, which is fairly decent for this type of headphone, and 5 hours for the SoundSport Pulse. Both SoundSport headphones come with a simple neoprene carrying case, but Bose will also sell an accessory case that has a built-in battery for on-the-go charging that'll cost $50. The sound quality is quite good for an in-ear Bluetooth headphone, but the real advantage this has over competing models from Beats, Jaybird, and Plantronics is its high comfort level. It's really hard to do an in-ear Bluetooth sports headphone that sounds good, is comfortable, and offers a steady Bluetooth connection. That combination makes the SoundSport Wireless a very compelling choice at its price point. Not everybody can afford a premium wireless noise-canceling headphone, which is where Sennheiser's more budget-conscious HD 4.50 BTNC wireless comes in. At $200, it's not cheap, but it's less than what you'll pay for higher-end models from Sony, Bose, and yes, Sennheiser as well. To get to that lower price, Sennheiser did cut some design corners. I like the straightforward look, but it is all plastic, and while the ear pads feature cushy memory foam, the material covering them is a synthetic leather that doesn't feel as luxurious or breathable as the real leather you'll find on step-up models. You also don't get a fancy case for storing the headphones, but they do fold up nicely to fit in an included simple canvas case that I liked. Overall, I found the headphones comfortable. They fit snugly, though not too snugly. However, during longer listening sessions, I did have to make some small adjustments and give my ears a little air. They aren't quite as comfortable as Bose's Quiet Comfort 35 or Sennheiser's PXC 550s. They performed well. I had no trouble pairing and repairing them, and I experienced minimal Bluetooth hiccups. The controls on the right ear cup were also easy to operate by feel. The noise canceling isn't incredibly strong, but it is fairly effective, and it did a decent job muffling sound while adding only a very faint audible hiss. Sound quality was quite good for a wireless noise-canceling headphone. This model isn't quite as open or as refined sounding as Sennheiser's step-up models, but I thought it sounded as good or better than other $200 wireless noise-canceling headphones. The bass is powerful with good definition, the treble has some sparkle, and the mid-range sounds fairly warm and natural. You also have the option to connect a cord and go wired. I didn't notice a big difference in sound quality when going wired, but you'll save some battery by turning off Bluetooth. Battery life is rated at 19 hours with Bluetooth and noise canceling activated, which is pretty decent. The final thing worth noting is the headphone does perform well as a headset. It has a side tone feature that allows you to hear your voice in the headphone as you talk. That feature isn't usually available in a headphone at this price point, and even some headphones that cost more.
Wireless earphones have been around for years, but if you're an iPhone 7 owner, cutting the cord is now basically a must. So why spend $150 on the new Beats X? Well, for starters, they're made with Apple's W1 chip, which means stronger Bluetooth connection, better range, and seamless compatibility with other Apple devices. Just turn them on and start using. It's a one-click deal. And it'll never forget a pair of Beats. Same with the Apple Watch. You'll just have to unpair to release to other devices when you're done. And though they pair wirelessly, they still have a giant wire holding them together, which turns out isn't as bad as I thought, especially if you're on the go. Unlike other clunkier models, the soft rubber on the Beats feels light around the neck, even when you're bobbing up and down. They'll stay around your neck all day, whether you're mid-plank at the gym, hitting the trails outside, or just out grabbing coffee. At one point, I actually tried to break free, but I found they fit more snugly in the ear than your average earpods, as long as they're in all the way, and they're on the right ear because the signage is microscopic. Even if you're not an in-the-ear kind of person, they come with a wide range of accessories, so there's a good chance you'll find your perfect fit. Adding the wingtips when I ran made me feel more confident that they wouldn't fall out, even though I really didn't need them. Sound quality is great, and they're amazing at drowning out ambient noise. But perhaps too amazing. Noise canceling is convenient at the office or on a plane, but when you're out on the street, you want to remain at least somewhat aware of incoming traffic. Because they have exceptionally good range, you could leave your phone nearby and go about your routine with full control of your music. You can pause, skip a track, take a call, or summon Siri right from the side buttons. Just don't go too far. We got about a quarter of a soccer field away from the phone before we had connectivity issues. And as I approach the halfway point, I just can't hear anything anymore. They held up beyond the 8 hours of playback time as promised on the box. but they oftentimes didn't turn off on their own, so they could have gone even longer. And when they do run out, they're super easy to charge, especially if you're already an Apple user. Lightning cable that's lightning fast. You won't have to worry about knots, but dirt does seem to be an issue. So take advantage of the darker color options to avoid having to wipe them down every other day. Most of the time I forgot I was even wearing them. They're comfortable, low maintenance, and I would argue less embarrassing looking than the AirPods. But just because they're sporty doesn't mean they're cheap, and at the end of the day, you're still paying over $100 for an accessory.